Hey guys, MattCat319 here, and oh gosh, it's raining down here, and it's really slippery out there, and I just almost kind of crashed my car because some guy cut me off. Yeah, so whatever. This is my one of my new rants that I was in the car listening to the radio like usual, and I was thinking to myself, like, Jesus, man, there's just pure garbage on the radio these days. Just don't get me wrong. I do like radio music, and I do listen to the radio a lot. I know that most of the stuff is really just like the industry pushing crap, and I understand that. It's kind of like a place that most artists want to get to is the radio because of that money they can make. So this sometimes will affect the way the music is not produced but made. So people will try to conform. People will try to do what's new and what's what's relevant these days. And you can just tell. You can just turn on the radio and see where it's going. There's rap has kind of became more of a almost like a mixture between like EDM, I guess, or techno. So I just was thinking, I should make a little list of like artists that are just really starting to piss me off. Now, mind you, I really don't care at all about this, but I do when I like something pisses me off. I will rant steady by myself without recording. So this is like, obviously I've been thinking about this like for a couple hours now, and I wanted to do this. So and one more thing I want to talk about is how I know that how an artist's main goal is to basically sell out. A lot of people will say like, oh, this band used to be so much better. Their first CD was the best, and I know that the reason because of that is because, their first CD is always going to be the best because, they were making that music when they weren't getting paid. They were trying to get paid, basically. So, when their second CD comes out after all the hype and stuff, it's not as good because they're making money and they're doing it now for a job, or for a paycheck, not for, trying to get that paycheck, So, here's 3 artists of mine that just are really starting to piss me off. The first one, now, this is in no particular order. Some of these artists piss me off more than the other ones, right? So, the first guy I want to talk about is John Legend. This is a 9-time Grammy-winning artist. An R&B artist, from what I know. When I was growing up, I used to hear John Legend more of an R&B artist, right? So, obviously that kind of music is old, and really it's changed. It's not like it's old, but it's changed. So, the reason I don't like him, it has nothing to do with him, his music or anything. It's really just something really simple, like his voice. He's got this new song, All of Me, I think it's called, and it, they, in South Florida at least, it's become more of a dance mix of that song. I'm sure that's not how he produced it originally. So, but that's not the part that pisses me off. It's more just him, his voice, and he's old, and he's done this so much. He's been so successful with this, and now I'm so tired of him. And, I could contribute that to hearing this song 1,000 times a day in the car or on the TV. And, I guess it's an ignorant way of looking at things, but, I really don't care because, why should I care? To me, he sucks. So, back in, I think, '04, he made his first CD, his debut CD called Get Lifted. Another CD like a couple years after that, Once Again. And then he made something called Evolver. I don't know, I think it was like 2010 or 2008. something like that. And his new CD, Love in the Future, which I don't know if that came out this year or last year, whatever. But, I just want to give some little background to these artists because, they are not bad artists. Some of them. I would say 2 of them aren't bad artists. He collaborated with Lauryn Hill for the single Everything Is Everything, which, it was a great song. But, whatever, I just really... every time that song comes on, I just want to just mail him a letter that says stop. Because I wish he would just stop. Because it's just annoying. Now, I'm sure this vlog is annoying to some people, but man, this is about well, right here. That's about how much I care. So there is a little there, but not much. So mind you, I respect these artists. Whatever. So next artist I want to talk about is he's a really, don't get me wrong, very versatile. Well, no, not very versatile at all, but he's done a lot, and that is Titty Boy, or I think his name's like Fahid or Tahid or something like that. Whatever. 2 Chainz. Great artist. When I first heard him, just really good stuff, man. Like when he was in Players Circle and with Ludacris and shit, I didn't think he was gonna be really big because he was more like underground and stuff. But man, just a really, really great artist when I first heard him. But after hearing like literally hundreds of singles with this guy, I'm tired of him, and I know this is an ignorant way to look at things, but I don't know. It's just, I do listen to the radio, so I hear this stuff a lot. You could blame it on the radio actually more than 2 Chainz, because he's just trying to make money, and I totally respect that. But the guy has 3 albums, I think, all with the word true in them, I think, maybe except for his 3rd CD, Boats 2. I don't think there's a Boats 1. Maybe he's trying to make another one, like, inversely, if you will. So yeah, he's had True Religion in 2011, based on a true story in 2012, I think, and Boats 2, Me Time, in 2013. Like I said, he's a really great artist, but in his recent singles that I've heard, I have to like literally, the singles he's on are great. Like he's worked most recently with Sage the Gemini. That song is, Only the Real. Yeah, I don't know, Sage, it's not Sage's track. It's I Am Sue's track. I can't stand 2 Chainz, and that's, I'm starting to not like him at all because of how many tracks he's on. It's just, he's becoming like something bigger than himself almost, because his lines are terrible now. They're getting to that point where they're just they're like Lil Wayne lines, like they're retarded. And but given the fact that he's really he's been doing this since '97, I think. He was back then. He was with the Players Circle, like I said, Ludacris's camp, and DTP, Disturbing the Peace camp, and that's when I was really heavily into rap back in like '99, 2000. But I kind of I've been through many phases. But he's from Atlanta, or College Park, I think, Calipalt. So again, I want to stress that I do not hate these people, but I really am starting to hate their voices, right? One person here that I really don't like, just I don't like at all, and I really don't. Even her music is garbage, and that brings me to Iggy Azalea, or Amethyst Kelly. So, yeah, whatever. This fucking trash right here is just so freaking terrible. It makes me want to go get tested. I'll listen to, I won't want to listen to these songs, but I will hear them because she's been, I think, in a couple new singles, one with Ariana Grande, and I don't know, I think another one with T.I. and shit, and it's just, it's just so bad. I mean, her voice is so gross. She's from Australia, so there they have that it comes naturally to be like a hood rat voice, a real like a black voice, black girl voice, and please, I don't think black girls are only hood rats. Okay, like this is proof right here that there are different colored hood rats. In fact, I would bet that there are more hood rats of the white races than there are of black. With this girl, I just can't imagine how like a normal black chick thinks of a girl from a different side of the world talking like this, and rapping like, no, maybe not talking like this, because I think she does have like a heavy Australian accent, but rapping like this. She obviously has a fake ass, and a lot of guys I'm sure like that and stuff. And don't get me wrong, I mean it looks really really good, but then she opens that mouth, and it's just like I said, man, I hear that and I just feel like I need to get tested for like all types of like chlamydia, gonorrhea, syphilis. That's kind of how I used to feel about Kesha. She just made me feel like I had like some type of infection. And Iggy Azalea, who has I think 2 albums now, one from I think 2012, it was called Glory, and one called The New Classic, which I just can't imagine that title being accepted by veterans or people who don't really know this girl, and how is this girl getting so much notoriety? I mean, I know that she was, I think, signed in 2012 to some freaking record label, which doesn't matter, but she's more affiliated with the Grand Hustle, the T.I. camp, so T.I.P., T.I.'s camp, whatever, and I understand that she might have like a new edge to this, but to call your album The New Classic, I think that's a little much, and that's kind of the feeling that I get from her, is just a little much. Let's see, she has tracks like Fancy or Pussy, Fancy, that Fancy song. I can't do that. I really can't. It's so bad that I really don't even know what to say. All I know is that that's the one that I really hate, and that's Iggy Azalea. Straight, just a mound, like about this big, maybe like no, from the ground up, a mound of like used diapers, some condoms in there, preferably like condoms that have been used like twice or maybe 3 times. Let's see, what kind of maybe like some type of like hair from like either underarms or butt hair, male butt hair preferably. It's just I'm sure there's all types of smells coming out of that CD that just they just I swear to God, just talking about it is just making me want to vomit. So go ahead and check out these artists. I'm sure there's people out there that disagree with everything I've said, but I just want to go on record for the 3rd or 4th time saying that none of these 2 of these artists aren't that bad, and they're not that bad. They're not bad. It's just they get annoying now, and I can't deal with the Iggy thing anymore. But John Legend, he's an amazing artist. Don't get me wrong. 2 Chainz is an animal when it comes to freaking not production, but like singles, just pumping singles out nonstop. But Iggy Azalea, I shouldn't have even spoken about her. But I just, she just irks me so much that I just had to make a video on people that I'm starting to get sick of. So, anyways, thank you for watching, guys. I know this video ran a little long, and that's definitely because of Iggy Azalea, or Amethyst. Anyways, so yeah, thanks for watching, and this is MattCat319 here, and you'll have your next video coming up in about 4 or 5 days. But yeah, that's my rant on annoying artists. So take care.
Thanks for watching.